Okay, so
So
part
guys,
two.
you're now watching part 2 of our pay plan training. We have covered already team lead bonus and base pay. You'll need to watch part 1 first to really understand how matching check works. But Chris, I'm going to turn this over to you and Brent to explain matching check. I know it's a big piece of your business and it's one of your favorite parts of our entire pay plan. I think, Brent, it's what attracted you to our company. And Chris, it's what allows you to live a life of residual income.
Well, Brent, I know this was the one that you came for, so I'm going to turn it to you. I think that you explain this about as well as anybody I've heard, because I know this is what got you probably excited about our company to begin with.
Yeah, it's you're watching this video, or your first time looking at this, and you're always looking for the gotchas, and when I was sitting there, this industry, a lot of times you hear, man, you're one person away from an explosion, one person away from an explosion. Well, what if it's the first person you sign up? What if you sign up 4 people and out of the 4, 3 of them just use the products and never really go build a business, but one person takes off and grows a massive business because you introduced them to NewAge? Well, matching bonus takes over, because once you reach gold status by sponsoring 4 brand partners, now notice it didn't say what the 4 brand partners has got to do. It just said you sponsor 4 brand partners with a minimal order of 200 points, then you unlock gold status for life. It's another one of those for life. You don't have to earn it again. You don't have to requalify. You got it for life. And at that point, matching bonus kicks in. And Chris, I'll turn it to you after this, but I'll just say this. When I looked at this for the first time, what it did for me is it unlocked my mind to go, I truly am in this compensation plan one person away from an explosion. Maybe it's on a plane ride that I network with someone and they join and they end up taking this to Europe, or they end up taking this to Africa, or they end up building a big business in the United States. And I will be paid for life because of hitting gold status from that one person's efforts and what their organization grows into. And Chris, great example of is what you're living today through matching bonus. So it's just one of those things that I'm so appreciative of our company for putting this in play, because it really allows us to go around and tell people you're one person away. You never know who the person is, but you're one away.
And Brent, you said it, but in my particular case, it was the very first person. Aaron Decker actually came here same time we did and asked me to be his sponsor. So I literally first person I entered in this business was Aaron Decker, who's now married to Dr. Ginger, which happened years later. And it's not to take it anywhere from when we first started, but Aaron has grown into this big leader. So sometimes you may think that person that you're getting involved is the right one, but it may not be the one you expect, to be perfectly honest. You just never know for sure. Now, he's built a massive business. And if you really look at the power, there's something that I think, and I hope we've got the slide that talks about it, because most everyone talks about is how much you make off that one person that becomes massive. I think that's where they miss the point. It's the exponential growth. I mean, the exponential growth is where it really matters. So when you look at this, it shows that this is an example of people just making $100 a week. Now, Todd just alluded, congratulations to Ginger and Aaron for their promotion. And the fact is that they had 5 optimized lines, which means they were at $10,000 in base pay. Now, we're not making income claims. That's a lot of hard work, and absolutely, really, I'm talking, they've been working at this for 9 years. So, but this last week, they optimized 5 lines, which meant they had $10,000 in base pay. With that, understand that I got a 15% bonus. I didn't optimize 5 lines. I can promise you that. But because of that, I got a 15% bonus. But everybody thinks that, and it was, by the way, I'll take that last part of the check. But in order to optimize 5 lines, they had to really work very hard. And they didn't just, I assure you, they did not just recruit 4 people. They recruited multiple people. They worked over years recruiting people. So the 10% on level 2, as I broke down, obviously when you have a check that large yesterday and match pay. You want to break it all down. So you start looking at the different levels. Where you have to realize is that this is where the power of the numbers comes into play. Because you make really good off of those great leaders. It's because of their work and the numbers below them. So you get 10% on level 2, 5% on level 3. And Brent mentioned those are locked in, even if you haven't built 2 legs of business. You got gold status, you got 3 legs of percentages. This percentage shows $100 a week in commission, certainly not thousands. And you add those up, that's about $500 a week. I know this, $500 a week will change a lot of lives. It changes a whole lot of people's ways they do things. In order to unlock levels 4, 5, 6, and 7, you will need base pay. So if you want to call that a gotcha, then this means they want they can't just pay you forever on things. You got to do a little bit of work. So level 4 is unlocked by $500 in base pay. Level 5 is unlocked with $1,000 in base pay. Level 6 means you had $2,000 in base pay. Okay. And level 7 means you had 4. Well, I can tell you, I didn't have 7 levels yesterday, but I promise you this, I had 6. So I had 6 levels of matching pay off what Ginger and Aaron had built. And let me assure you, that was the biggest part of my check. I mean, that's what people don't understand. This is where, after you're here for a while, the power of the matching check becomes the biggest part of your business. And that's really a cool part. So with that, Todd, obviously you're my sponsor, so you also benefited in that. That's the cool part.
Yeah, it's a real, Brent alluded to it, but it is a real protection because this works on every leg of business you ever build. Most importantly, if you only build one, if you can personally sponsor 4 people, get them activated, get that done in your first 8 weeks, guys, you unlock those first 3 levels for life. And you get a Chris Doyle or a Brent Palmer or an Andrea Rosser or a John and Christy Oakey or whoever it may be out there that goes out and sponsors 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 people over time. If you just say that, use the number 50, you sponsored 1 person and then they go sponsor 50 people on your second generation. That's 50 paychecks. That 10% of that comes to you on a Friday. So it's really powerful. And maybe you're not the one that sponsors the 50 people. Maybe you're the one that sponsors the 1 person who sponsors 50 people. Or maybe you sponsor 1 person who sponsors 1 person, who that person sponsors 50 people. It's just a real protection in it, Brent.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a protection, and it allows us all to have the freedom to go talk. It allows us to go out on a Saturday just like today and share about NewAge and what we have to offer and where we're going, because and you said it the best, Todd. I've seen it so many times happen where I sponsor 1 person that sponsors 1 person that then sponsors 50 people, and it grows into a wildfire, and I'm protected. It's to be able to cash in on all those paychecks every Friday because of people getting paid in our company is just a beautiful thing. So matching bonus, to kind of reiterate, is you want to get the gold status in our company, and you want to make sure you're locked in at that because you got it for life. There's no backing up on that. And then from there, you can unlock whatever you want to here. It's a beautiful thing.
And by chance you're not gold and you're 6 months in, haven't been paying attention, all of a sudden you wake up, our company does run for gold status quite often. You can call somebody in your upline, and periodically they will, if somebody did not pay attention, they'll reset a clock for you and let you run for your gold again. So this is not something they're keeping you from. If you want to be gold, you be vocal about it. Let them get you a time set and see if you can go get your 4 people in 8 weeks and get qualified. And the illustration you're looking at, by the way, before we go to the last way we're going to talk about today, a pay, is based upon an illustration of the bare minimum. You sponsor 4 brand partners there where it says reps. Over time, they sponsor 4, which turns to 16. Over time, they sponsor 4, which turns to 256. And then as that grows out into time, each one of those brand partners or representatives start earning a $100 weekly paycheck. That's all this math is. 4 people with a $100 paycheck is $400 in paid out income times your 15% is $60. They get their 4 people, 16 people times $100 is $1,600 times 10% is $160. So it's the same math all the way down. 4 getting 4 getting 4, everybody making $100 and your percentage of matching check. You can see the exponential factor of the income. Generally speaking, it's not going to grow perfectly as the scenario on the screen. It just kind of gives you an illustration of what the compounding efforts into time could look like in a business, which now leads us to the last way we're paid. And everybody loves a free car. Heck, we love free anything. Well, guys, let me tell you, our car program, we call it a savings account. We don't put you into a Lexus or a BMW. As a matter of fact, if you max out our savings account or our car program, it'll be enough for you to go buy you a $120,000 Cadillac Escalade, Suburban, Tahoe. Heck, you can even get in some of those really nice sports cars for what you're able to make here. If you don't want to spend it on a car, matter of fact, it would make some house payments. I mean, $2,000 is when you're maxing it out, and it's not a big house in today's time frame, but it's a small house payment or half a big house payment. Or you can just save it and invest it and buy stock and get ahead in life. It's your choice. Chris and Brent, the savings account is really unique because you don't get penalized by not hitting the high number. If you just hit a minimum threshold of $250 of base pay in a week, it triggers, and you're paid 15% of that into a savings account. You log into your X office right now and look, you'll see your savings account monitor. It will show you what you have built and saved so far. And if you, the key with it is they're going to pay you 15% of whatever you're making extra, all the way up to a $500 weekly cap. So you make $2,000 extra per month. The savings account must grow to $10,000 before you have access to it the first time. I saw John and Christy Oki log on. I see their pretty picture there holding their $10,000 bonus check. I see Dr. Crystal. I know Andrea just won hers. There's hundreds, there's thousands of people that have received their $10,000 bonus check now. Chris, you and Brent have got your $10,000 bonus check. Once you get that bonus check, as the pictures you see, like Aaron Treechouth up there in Michigan, once you get paid out the first time, it's then a 5th paycheck every month, up to $2,000. So you're talking about driving a pretty doggone, matter of fact, Brent, I think you brought a new Denali truck and a tractor with your $2,000, I think, on the pictures I've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And got the new one on order. It's, and here's the thing. You said it, Todd, it's a 5th paycheck. I mean, they just, you get to that 250 in base pay, and then they're going to match it every week, 15%. It's like going into a piggy bank. Like the company, they're not taking away from your income. You're making the income. They're just matching it. It's almost like a 401k program that a lot of people are used to. Like they're matching it. And then when it hits that $10,000, Andrea Rosser just hit hers. And Todd, I was more excited than she was. I was calling her while she was in Costa Rica going, check your account, see if you hit it, and because I know not only how many of us, maybe put it in the comments, like how many of us would like to have the $10,000 to just go do whatever we want to with, just free money, right? To go take a trip, to invest, do whatever, But then what I'm more excited about is I know Andrea just locked in a 5th paycheck every month on this savings bonus. So I've been a part of a car program, and I love cars, and you can go buy cars with this. But I believe this is like, I don't think we introduce it enough. I think we got to do a better job of just getting it out there, because this changes the world right here. You put somebody an extra $10,000 and then a 5th paycheck every month, we're changing lives doing this.
Yeah, and Chris bought everything's relative in life. Everybody talks about going and buying a boat, but when you start buying boats with bedrooms, you've kind of gone next level. So Chris decided instead of buying a car with his extra $2,000 a month, he's going to buy a boat with some bedrooms. So, Chris, I think you're in one of those boat bedrooms right now.
I am, Todd. I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking it's embarrassing a little bit because I'm not really awake very good. But here's the thing I want to mention about that I think sometimes people miss about the savings bonus. You know, my daughter's been working this business for some time and she didn't even understand anything about this. She's like, so she asked me because she said I was embarrassed, Dad. I thought I understood a little bit about the comp plan. She said, how do I find this savings thing? That's what she called it, the savings thing. So she went into her ex office and pulled it up and she said, Dad, I've got almost $7,000 in there. And I said, I've been saving that money for you. So now she has it calculated out and she believes she'll collect hers. And she said, That's going to come in at a really good time. It's going to come in about Christmas. Based on what I've been earning, I think I'm going to hit my savings bonus this year and should collect that. And the funny part is that people think is that you have to be full time. And let's be honest, in most car programs, you better be full time to be getting that car payment because it's different. Here, good month, bad month, they still add it in. And I think that's where a lot of people, John and Christian's a perfect example. Yes, they work the business very hard, but both of them have full time. They're very, very busy people, not only with their business and their work, but they have kids to raise, yet they have earned that $10,000. And I think that's what a lot of people fail to realize is the way this is set up. It's really, really, really cool. I love it. I think it's one of the most impressive parts of our comp plan. And Brent, you're right. We don't talk about it near enough.
Yeah, and we'll conclude the call this morning. As you're chasing the pay plan, the company kind of tricks you in to winning trips. And as you're winning the trips, you're building paychecks. So we just got back from a Costa Rica trip, all inclusive, airlines, food, excursion, didn't even need to carry your wallet. We've got a Tahiti trip. Everybody on this call can win. We won't go into the details today, but if you go right back into that NewAge app that you got when you signed up and you go where the PDFs are, you can print off the PDF and read how to win the Tahiti trip. But the big trip, we want everybody to win. We don't even need a PDF for this because it's the simplest explanation. You join this company and start building the pay plan you just saw and get a $3,000 total income paycheck over a 6-month time frame. That's cumulative in the whole pay plan. $3,000. And guys, you get your first free trip to Utah. It'll be an airline ticket. It'll be 2 nights, 3 days. 1 day will be a ton of fun. We'll ski, the snowmobile, we'll hike, we'll ski, depending on what your level of fitness is. If you don't like any of that, you can sit in the lodge and eat while people are on their excursion, have fun. They're watching everybody else exert their energy. But then the second day, we're all going to get together and go through a master class. And that's where we make sure because we haven't even covered this entire pay plan. There's still some upper level money that's accessible that we haven't gone into that much. So we want you to, if you're new, that's your goal number one. Let's win this trip, get there with the corporate owners, meet everybody, have some fun with the leaders from around the country or world, and get you on the straight and narrow to $100,000 6-figure income.
Farmer, I'll turn it to you to close this out.
Well, and maybe going back to what Todd said, to just recap, I mean, you're sitting in here and you're like, man, I'm at a point in my life where I see over the next 3 to 5 years, I need to generate another income stream. I need to jump in with these guys. Maybe we don't seem normal, but maybe you can pick out a normal person on the Zoom here that looks normal. Here's the deal. We're with a beautiful company, and our culture is about locking arms with people and helping you get you to where you want to go. But you go, how do I do it? Get $29, lock that in, pick you at least 200 points of product, and get on subscribe and save of 100 points. And from there, you got everything you need. Now you can start building a business. And what we want you to do is lock in gold and ultimate. Like, right? That's the 2 things, because you lock in those 2 things, you've got it for life, and it unlocks the pay plan for you. And then just put one foot in front of the next and jump on these calls just like you are listening in to this and let us start expanding your network in your area. People do not know what we got our hands on. They don't know about our company. In a time and day where people are going to be looking for an opportunity to drive another income stream, to make more money like never before. Guys, we've watched this video play out before where we're at in the world today. People are going to come to this company in groves. It might as well be inside of your business. So, Todd, this has been beautiful today. I love the vision. I got goosebumps because every time I see this paints a vision of what this can be, not only for me and my future, but the people I care most about in their future. You know, it's a beautiful thing. Chris?
That's, I think we're going to conclude with that. I mean, this is, Anthony, I want you to turn the recording off now.